So we are live now. So we are live. Okay, so we are starting the session in 2 minutes. Okay, so let's start the session. Good morning, everyone. And I'm Shakir. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this international conference on economics, business, tourism, and social sciences that is organized by International Institute of Academic Research and Publication, IIARP, in association with Glovento Conference. So uh, it's a great pleasure, and we are fortunate here that as per I see the schedule, we are joined by different participants, including the faculty members, students, scholars, and listeners. And I hope that they will contribute to the vibrant discussion throughout this session, serving as a session chair together with other reviewers in this live Zoom session. We will assess all the live presentations in this session, and based on the evaluation, the best paper and presenters will be awarded in the form of certificates, is recognition of their excellence, excellent presentation, and excellent papers. And for this, we have the criteria quite straightforward, where we will see the quality of the paper contents, the presentation skills, how you manage the time, how you respond to the audiences and how you engage the audiences, and your ability to offer some constructive feedbacks to other participants, or if you have some recommendations for their papers, or if you have some questions from other participants. All these things will be included in the criteria for the assessment. So I trusted all the participants have already received the program schedule and other important instructions for this session. And please note that for each presentation, you will be allotted up to 10 minutes with the 2 3 minutes for the question and answer session for each person. And keep in mind that we will have a question and answer session at the end of the session. If you have any question, any suggestion, any comments for other participant, you can keep it noted and come to participate in the Q&A session later at the end of the technical session. So for those who already submitted their recorded, pre-recorded presentation, they don't need to come and play it here again on Zoom. We already uploaded or will upload it soon today to our YouTube channel, and the channel link later I will share in the chat box. You can go there to watch the presentation on YouTube channel. Yes, so I'm really very excited to having you in this session and see your presentation, listen to your research findings. So let's begin the conference. But before this, I think it's very important to introduce you to the organization who organized this conference. That's IIARP. And let me share my screen. Here is IIARP. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is IIARP, and the National Institute of Academic Research and Publication, which is a dynamic conglomeration of academia professional dedicated to promote research, innovation, and making a significant global impact. The primary objective of this organization is to unite researchers, scholars, and professionals from around the world, fostering intellectual development and facilitating opportunities for networking and research and other collaborations. So this organization is steadily engaged in various academic activities, which include but not limited to networking events, meetings, conferences, workshops, and many other research projects. Additionally, we are committed to publish cutting-edge research publication and recognizing outstanding achievements of the scholars and researchers through different academic awards and scholarships. You can see these things on our website www.iiarp.org. So these are some of our partners and associates, including Globento Conference, Conference Alert 360, and manuscript edited by IIARP. So basically what we do, we are involved in world-class networking, and networking is very important for any scholar, any researcher, which connect you to the global community of researchers, scholars, and industry experts. And we are working on international and national conferences where you can participate in cutting-edge discussion and present your work on a global stage. And uh, through our the conferences, participating in our conferences, you can share your research finding through publication with the world through different and peer-reviewed international journals. You can publish your research in these journals associated with IIARP. So basically, IIARP is a renowned organization dedicated to fostering a global scientific academic collaboration with a rich history of organizing international conferences. And IIARP has made a significant contribution to various fields of study. Our extensive network spans across different countries, including South Asian countries such as Bangladesh, India, and many other countries, Egypt, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Nepal, Nigeria, Philippines, Russia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE, USA, and many more countries. So, by participating in IIARP conferences, you will have the publication opportunities. You can publish your abstracts, including extended abstracts, in the conference proceeding book with a DOI number. You can also choose to publish your paper in peer review journals indexed by Dow, Google Scholar, and many other good databases. And you can also choose to publish your paper in Scopus and Web of Science journals. We also have these. Our team, our publication team, our expert team can provide you the services for publication support, which include editing services and a full package of a manuscript submission to the Scopus or Web of Science journal. If you are really interested, if you are serious, later I will share our team contact, publication team contact. You can contact them and they will come to help you throughout your publication journey. So don't worry, I will not mention all these things, what things are required to be submitted for publication to a journal, and what are the different criteria and what things. These things you can come to contact our team, and our team will tell you, guide you what data, associated data is required for your paper and what other things are required for your paper. So all these things will be discussed later. I will share the contact number and you can come to take guidance from our team. These are some of the examples I included here in this presentation, which we published for our previous conference participants in different Scopus Q1, Q2, and Web of Science Q1, Q2 journals. These are some of the examples, and you can find more by visiting our website. And you can also explore different things by visiting our website. These are some of the glimpses from our previous online and offline conferences. And at the end, I will mention that we will not provide the hard copies of the certificates and the proceedings. This is in order to be environmental friendly. We will just provide the soft copies and you will receive all these things after the conference through your email. That's all from my side. And yes, now I am coming to see the schedule. How many participants? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So there are total of 9 participants, but I don't know whether all of them will come to present here on Zoom, or some of them already sent their pre-recorded presentation for uploading to the YouTube channel. But anyway, I will first and call the paper ID, the last 3 digits of your paper ID, and the title or in the author name for coming to present his her paper on Zoom. You can then share your screen and proceed with your PPT. But please keep in mind that just to be limited uh, and to be uh, to manage your time just within the 10 minutes, because we have a lot of other participants as well. They need to come to present, so please keep in mind the time. Okay, 10 minutes. So the first presenter, paper ID is 071, and the title is a structured question model analysis of idea framework evaluating the perceived effectiveness of email marketing among Longo millennials. Evan Duran, are you available?
Sir, I sent the pre-recorded video to you. Is that
Okay,
okay?
thank you so much. Thank you. So later I will share the YouTube channel link and you can see that on the channel. Okay, thank you. And the paper ID 665, understanding member of satisfaction of the circular dimension and opinion, to be presented by Wen Nang I Lu. Sorry,
Yes, present.
mispronounced the name. So, yeah. Please come to share your screen.
Hello,
Hello.
can you
You
hear
want to
me?
present, right?
Right,
Please come to share your screen.
please wait.
Can you please share your screen?
Yes, please wait a moment. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Okay, yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Mm, You can see my screen right now.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Visible.
okay. Thank you for the good morning. Today, uh, my presentation is my topic is understanding member certification of the support division in the POV, corporate of the microfinance Myanmar. I am the Wing. You can call me Wing better. I am the study at the MBA Institute of Business and Accounting, Kasekago University in Japan. This project is a collaboration of the two members. This is in our country. Now I study in the Japan. Today I will talk. My topic is this is my table of the content. It is a six component: introduction, rational research question, literature review, methodology, data analysis, and recommendation. Why do you understand? This is a study in the Sagamore, our country is under developing in the South Asia. So that's why this is a Pyongyang. This is a Mandalay region. This is central part of Myanmar. This is a very popular. This area is agriculture, extended, including the numerous small business fund, cultivation, food, vegetable, and the flower. Especially this is a larger coffee machine and the strawberry plantation operation that they go out and private and government. Look at the Myanmar is the second population division in the central region. Benefit of the blessing of the climate change, the Shanti region. This is a historical development of the semi capital, and then now is the residentially and the tourist destination of the due to the assembly and the nature center and the landscape. Because it's a purely is a very colonial regions, and so that's why the Latin region, they had the plantations very popular in the area. In that this is a COVID-19 and the significant in the trade policy, and then this now is the policy is stability and the contribution to regional stability. Additionally, it's a manipulated change at the trade sustained impact at the family enterprises. This is a rapidly acceptable market and the current business household activities that enhances a change challenging the daily life of the population. Some is a transformer and the financial market the remaining typically of the learning business and the household. Especially we have the facing of the COVID-19 military so that's why uh, both of the financial services are and the NGO not only the remaining the difficulty household member. This is provided a small loan saving option business finance of individual small employee target population learning assessment in the competition the banking system. We are the banking system from banking. So that's why I went in the studying the six topics and then smart planning in the event generation and the effect resilience. This is a promotion of the economic self-planning of the family in the developing the country. Research question is the three research question in the pilot. We are finding out the five cycle dimension customer wishing the group operated microfinance institution and we have been making the PLSN and the model to the MGL MGA and then we have been the moderation factor is a gender relationship beyond the three this three at the issue tangible empathy and the responsible of the customer certification. These three objectives I will make the research question is a five question, and this is a uh, reliability, assurability, tangible, empathy, and the respondent dimension, the service quality, and the certification of the customer satisfaction. This is my research conceptual framework. We are then mentioned about the reliable, assured, tangible, empathy, and the response into the directly the customer services, and the gender is a moderation effect. This is my conceptual framework. This is a literature review. It's a customer certification, the perception of the service quality and the service quality research. This is how to be customer certification of the assessment or the business sustainability. And the stuff is how to be diversity and service data, and the business technology and the individual service as the in the consequence have to see the partners the specific special activity in the conception. This is another certification in the business and the overall assembly of the secretary and the customer certificate and the company or the member.
Sorry, your voice is not clear. I don't know what's the issue.
Can you hear me, right?
Yeah, but still not clear. I don't know what's the issue. Please just go ahead.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is a methodology. Methodology is we can call it the August to September 2030. This is target population. Total continent distribution is 401. Total consumption in the analysis is 384. Because this is a Ramani formula. I will analysis structure equation basis of the Saga framework measuring for finite scale. Strongly agree to strongly disagree. Data analysis is SMS, SEM analysis, measuring for structure model evaluation, material group comparison, MGA. I will use this methodology. Documented research is review the ACC literature survey quality in the customer at the microfinance institution. Priority is a corporate microfinance gender-based different in the survey precision. Target population is we can be 7 cooperative microfinance institute in the Kuala region. Target population is 9,776 clients district across the 7 press society. Simple method is we can be the proportionate requests across the all seven member states, as simple as 386 determination, Tamil Ramane 1970 formula is we can use this as a this is I will be analyzes two part. It's a general information, seven region, six question, and part two in the April member is 34 also behavior, including the final cascade. This is a result. Mostly the majority is age is 36 to the 45 is the majority. Education is bachelor degree is highly highly and customer certification of the dishwasher, and the marriage status is uh, man and woman is just similarly
Sorry for
proportional.
interruption. You have 3 more minutes, please. Thank you.
Okay, this is a data analysis. This is a compatible and the like conservation reliability and the ABS is a 0.7. So that's why this is a reliability and for this feature. This is a formula citation for the male and female. Customer certification assure is a customer certification supported and the target tangible is supported for this question MGL says, but all high H1 is supported for this two factor man mostly the female is reliability is a significant and the male is tangible is a significant. So that's why we can be HY is the most significant for the customer certification. This is my discussion for my this analysis. And likewise, we can be recommendation that how to be this gender differentiation for the family member is assure that this organized survey quality is maintained for your the encourage for the this quality member. This is my end of the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And for this presentation, please keep your question noted, and we will come to the Q&A session at the end. You can ask the participant, or if you have any suggestions, recommendation for him, you can keep it noted, and we will come to the Q&A session later. Now, let me proceed to the next one. The next presenter is 677, a comparative study on the effectiveness of income protection measure on Malaysia economic growth, to be presented by Sharifa Helmi Said Abdullah.
Yeah, that's me. Okay,
Okay,
hello.
good.
Can you see
Hello,
my
hello.
screen? I've shared my screen.
Yes, 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 please
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay, before that, let me change it into. Okay, better, right?
Yes, good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Sharifah Helmi Said Abdullah. Okay, I want to present about a comparative study on the effectiveness of income protection measures on Malaysia's economic growth during the pre-COVID-19, okay, post-COVID-19 and during COVID-19. Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit about me. I am a lecturer at University Selangor, Malaysia. Okay, my area of studies is economics, okay, strategic management, tourism, and also logistics. Okay, and I've actively involved in several grants, okay, from the local government and also state government. And today I am pleased to share, okay, our findings, okay, about the income protection measures during the COVID-19. Okay. Okay, so this is our abstract. Okay, so it is about COVID-19. Okay, and then government come with the protection measures, okay, to overcome the economic downturn. Okay, so we did the study, okay, and we also used the auto-regressive distribution lag model to test this, okay, whether the economic growth, okay, these protection measures, okay, really help in the short run only or long run. Okay, so we use ARDL because it is it is bounced by the testing framework from Pasaran, Shin and Smith in 2001. Okay, since we have data. Okay, we have the data, the secondary data from three times, that is 3 phases, that is pre-COVID and also during the COVID and also post-COVID. And also we also have a very small size of data. That's why we are using ARDL. Okay. Okay, so as you all know, this is my introduction. Okay, so we have COVID-19 and also Malaysia have come with the economic crisis. Okay, and also during the economic crisis, we have both supply shock. Okay, that is business closure, supply chain disruption, and also the demand shock. Okay, demand shock is from our consumers, household. Okay, we have income losses, reduce our consumer spending, okay, as quoted by Gururi et al. In 2022. Okay, so what happened during this global GDP decline by approximately 3% in 2020, exceeding the impact of global financial crisis, as reported by IMF in 2020. Okay, so what happened during the global financial crisis in 2008? It is worse than that. Okay, so Malaysia's real GDP contracted to 5.6% in year 2020, okay, making the country's deepest recession since 1998 in Asian financial crisis, according to Tahajuddin and Sulaiman 2021. Okay, so this is the scenario. COVID-19, it leads to business closures. Okay, that is from the supply side. Okay, and also tourism collapse. Okay, reduced spending is from the household. Okay, and leads to the reduction in our GDP. Okay, next we go to problem statement. Okay, the problem statement is although Malaysian government implemented one of the largest fiscal support packages in the country's history, Malaysia's economy still contracted by 5%, in the year 2020. So what is the question we have? First, the income protection measure really, such as cash transfer and also loan moratorium, actually contribute to supporting economic growth? Or the second one, is this measure equally effective before pandemic, during crisis, and also after the recovery period? And third, can such measures support long-term economic growth, or do they only provide a temporary relief during the emergency? So therefore we come with this study, because we have 3 phases. Next is the research gap. We have 3 research gaps. That is geographic gap, temporal gap, and also the methodological gap. So for geographic gap, as we know that, during the COVID-19, most of the studies, about the fiscal intervention by the government, focus on, mostly it is about the country, developed country like USA, UK, and European country. Very limited evidence from Malaysia and also Asian countries. For temporal gap, previous study examined only one period only, or one policy or instrument only. There is no comparison pre-COVID, COVID, and also post-COVID. And the third one is methodology. Many studies combine different intervention into one fiscal policy variable. However, cash transfers and loan moratorium work through different economic mechanism, because as we know that cash transfer is before, but loan moratorium is only during, during only. Before and after, no. It's only during the COVID only. But cash transfer is all through the 3 period, 3 phases. Okay, that is what we call methodological gap. And having identified this research gap, the next slide explains the theoretical framework. Okay, so this one is the theoretical framework. Okay, so as we know that from the Keynesian, okay, we have y equal to c plus I plus g plus x minus m. That is, okay, the income come from consumption plus investment plus government, okay, plus x minus m next export, where, okay, c is motivated by MPC. What is A? C is A plus BYD, autonomous consumption plus MPC, okay, come from, okay, APC, okay, MPC, okay, multiplied by the disposable income. Okay, so we know that, okay, during recession, what happened? The household spending dropped, okay, and business investment fall. So what the government did? Government increases its spending. So there is extra income for firms and also household. So through multiplier effect, okay, we will have what? Increase in consumption, production, and also economic recovery. Okay, so, okay, but, okay, COVID created a dual shock. On supply side, lockdown disrupted production and also business operation. On the demand side, income losses, they reduced consumption. Okay, as a result, the Keynesian multiplier, okay, mechanism became weaker. Okay, and raising an important question: how effective were these income protection measures in supporting Malaysia's economic growth? This study seeks to answer that question. Okay, so this is my research design. Okay, so we use ARDL. Okay, so it is a quantitative study based on the secondary data, quarterly data from 2015 quarter 1 to 2025 quarter 4. Okay, from okay, the data is from Blossom. Okay, the okay, statistic of Malaysia, data of statistic of Malaysia. Okay, MOF, Malaysian. Okay, of okay, the it's from finance. Okay. And also Bank Negara Malaysia, okay? And then ARDL, okay? So we have based on Besaran et al. 2001, okay? And then it is, okay, we choose it because it is suitable for small sample and also it's meet integration orders and also it can estimate the long run and also short run effect. And it compares effectiveness across the phases, okay? Okay, so this is my findings. Okay, my findings. Okay, this one. Okay, the key findings, table 1, I have, okay, cash transfer. Okay, so this one is to justify, okay, why we use the ARDL. Okay,
Sorry
so as
for
you, yeah.
interruption. 3 more minutes. Thanks.
Oh, okay. So I'll be quick. Okay. So this one is the, okay, why we use. Okay. So as you see that, okay, we check the data consistency using the root test. Okay. Whether this one is variable or not. So that's why we use RDL. Okay. Because only, okay, cash transfer is stable, but not the rest. Okay. So I see. Okay. So after that, we go to AIC. Okay. Bound test for the co-integration. Okay, so from here we select, okay, for the lag selection. Okay, so here from the okay, according to Pesaran and Narayanan, okay, it is this support why we use ARDL. Okay, next is we run ECM, okay, coefficient, okay, estimation, okay, long run coefficient estimation. Okay, so we want to know the effect. Okay, so the result shows that, okay, it is only for short run, not long run effect. Okay, the protection measures. Okay. Okay, so here we have cash transfer loan, okay, dummies and so on. This is our key findings. Okay, coefficient reported despite inclusive bound test to provide complete picture of the variable relationship. So and the next one we use, okay, ECM. Okay, so what is the effect, okay, to the, okay, model, okay, validity co-integration. So it is consistent with the three openness and also active COVID era policy response. Okay, so we have this result here. Okay, and we also have the dummy COVID and post-COVID dummy show no independent short run effect. Okay, but the rest is, okay, it is for short run, not long run. Okay. And table 5 shows Wise regression. Okay, so we use phase-wise short regression, okay, to see in the each phase, okay, before, during, and after. Okay, so this measure, okay. Okay, so this phase sample regression examine, okay, whether income protection measure and GDP growth differ across the 3 stages. Okay, and the data substantially support the income protection measure are only for the short-term stabilizer, okay, rather than long-term economic drivers. Okay, and okay, lastly, okay, we also confirm that, okay, not lastly, okay, table 6, okay, ECM estimate with HAC, okay, newest West. Okay, so this one we use, okay, the, okay, custom, okay, this one, to know the RDL, whether it is consistent. So we use this test also, okay, ECM, okay, to know, okay, whether this one is consistent with our result. Okay, and lastly, okay, we use also the causality test, okay, Granger causality test. Okay, so this one to address the reverse causality problem. Okay, so we have GDP, okay, the significant, okay, test show a substantial bi-directional causal relationship between the loan moratorium and GDP growth. These two whaling support the reverse causality argument in the long run. Coefficient estimate as loan moratorium was implemented in reaction to deteriorating economic condition affected in short run, okay, output. So this support the idea that fiscal intervention counters cyclical timing, not its contrary effect, causes the policy variable negative coefficient. Okay, and as for conclusion, okay, so we find that from our ICEBTS, yeah, okay, result, okay, this is 2.29 below 5%. Okay, means that income protection measure are short run stabilizers, not long run growth drivers. So it's consistent with the permanent income hypothesis. Okay. Okay, and also conclusion number 2, rapid short run adjustment, ECT, okay, negative 0.9782 equal to, okay, that is about 97.8%, this equilibrium corrected within 1 quarter. Okay, meaning that negative fiscal coefficient reflect reverse causality intervention intensify whether GDP contract or not, reverse. Okay, number 3, okay, conclusion number 3, effect are phase dependent. Okay, meaning that it depends on the phase, whether it is pre-COVID, okay, COVID and post-COVID, it is a different result. Okay, loan moratorium effect concentrated only on the COVID. Okay, and lastly, inflation is the dominant driver. Inflation is the strongest GDP determinant in both long run. Okay, so okay, because beta is 1.47 and short run beta is 2.52, highlighting the demand pull dynamic in Malaysia's growth. Demand pull is from us, that is a household. Okay, and as for policy inflation, deploy income protection swiftly and precisely during that crisis and complement with structural investment for long run productivity. Okay. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Okay, this is from me. Okay, and our paper, I would like to express my appreciation to the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia for our research grant, fundamental research grant, with the project title, The Impact of Income Protection Measures on Economic Growth in Malaysia, Pre and Post COVID-19. Okay, and our research team member, Mr. Muhammad Hafizul Naim and Madam Rosita Hussein from Faculty of Business, University Selangor. Thank you for your support. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your research findings. If other participants having any question or comments can come to participate. Moving in, the next presenter is 688 Zai Zhou and Zai Ke in Chinese to be presented by Xin Ko. Are you available? Xin Ko absent, so I will skip this. And the next one is 694, continuity of online health communities, to be presented by Yan Bing. Yan
Yes.
Bing, are you
Yeah,
available?
yes.
Okay, so please share your screen. 694.
Okay. I hope the internet is good. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Yan Bing He. I'm from the Department of Marketing and Strategy at Hasselt University in Belgium. Today, I'm going to share one of my joint works with my supervisor, Professor Alad Van Riel. Our paper is titled Continuity of Online Health Communities, a systematic review from a service ecosystem well-being perspective. In the next 10 minutes, I will explain why some online health communities thrive while others fade and what our paper finds. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself briefly. I'm a PhD candidate in the marketing at Hasselt University. My research sits in two areas. The first is customer value, and the second is transformative service research. The online health communities are the perfect place to study both because that's exactly what's at stake there, people's health and well-being. Let me give you a big picture in a nutshell. Online health communities helps patients by letting them share knowledge and lean on each other for support. But as I said before, some online health communities thrive and some disappear, and we don't really know why. The earlier work explained this from isolated angles, but said little about the multi-actor, multi-levels dynamics of the service ecosystem. So we address the gap from a systematic review through the lens of service ecosystem well-being, which lets us see how interactions among actors enable or hinder the value co-creation or co-destruction. As the figures on the right show, we reviewed 99 articles, and the reviewed papers are from 46 journals. And we analyzed the ecosystem across three levels: the micro levels, the meso levels, and the macro levels. So let me see the introduction. What is an online health community? It is basically online space where patients, doctors, families, and others meet to find or shape or share health information and support. They interact each other to seek help, to share their information or support. But why do these communities matter now? First, our populations are aging. There are not enough doctors and nurses to go around, and more health care is moving online. These communities help fill that gap. They are accessible, they are low cost, and people geniusly help each other. But here is the puzzle again. Some of them are buzzing with activity, but some of them are go silent as soon as they start. Previous research could explain this from different perspectives, from technology, from marketing, from healthcare, and nobody has really bring it together. So that's the gap we want to fill. Now, what exactly was the problem with the research? Most studies treat these online health communities as a kind of medical tool, and they usually look at just the two players, the patients and the doctors. They missed everyone else. They missed the bigger system around them. So the main question is simple. What drives or hinders the well-being of OHC services system? We break this into 4 sub-questions. The first question asks who are the actors and what roles they play. The second question asks what are the mechanisms of value co-creation. The third question asks in which dimensions value is co-created or co-destroyed. And the last question asks what factors facilitate or hinder value co-creation or co-destruction. Here is how we did it. We ran a systematic review, a structured, transparent way of searching and filtering the literature, so the results can be trusted and repeated. You can see the picture on the left. We started with nearly 2,000 articles from the Web of Science. Then we filtered step by step, by type, by title, and abstract, and finally, we're reading the full text until 99 studies left. This comes from 46 journals published between 2009 and 2025. We only kept peer-reviewed studies and focused on health communities and written in English. This is a picture of selection process. This slide is the heart of this talk, and you can read from the left to the right. First, the stakeholders. This is answer our first question. We identify 5 groups: the focal patients, peer patients, healthcare professionals, families and friends, and the institutions, for example, hospitals and regulators. Each of stakeholders contributes both operant resource. Operant resource, for example, the knowledge and skill, and operant resources like data and facilities. In the middle, the actors create value through 3 mechanisms: the informational value, the emotional value, and the social value. And finally, the answer for the research question 4 at the bottom. Facilitators include IT, social identity, support, trust, and perceived usefulness. The barriers include the low health literacy, the weak transparency, and the visibility. This is the results we found. Lastly is the discussion. This is, to our knowledge, this is the first study to apply the service ecosystem well-being framework to online health community continuity, integrating stakeholders, mechanisms, and outcomes in a model that helps explain why some online health communities thrive while others don't. From the practical side, the message is encouraging. If you run one of these communities, you can make it healthier by being more transparent, more trustworthy, and easier to use, and by giving people good reasons to take part. There's even more room here for new kinds of business model. To be honest, I have to say this paper has limits. We only used 1 database, and the English-only studies and journals articles only. So there's more out of there to explore. So the conclusion, we took 99 studies and turned them into 1 clear map: who involved, how they help each other, what they gain, and what helps or hurts the community along the way. And there's plenty left to do. I'd love to see more work on the dark side, the co-destroy, how value gets destroyed and how to stop it. On the new technology like AI and telemedicine, on people who are most at risk, like those with low health literacy, and how all these players turn out in different countries and cultures. Before I finished, a quick thank you to the China Scholarship Council for funding this work, and to my supervisor, Professor Alat Van Riel, for his guidance the whole way through. And thank you for listening. I'll be happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your research, and we will have Q&A session for all the presentations. You can come to ask questions or provide your suggestion, comments. Okay. So let me go to the next presenter, and it's 653. 3, automated mental health monitoring using conversational and large language models, to be presented by Rayan Nazreen. Are you available?
Yes.
You want to present?
Yes.
Okay. It's 653. Okay, please go ahead with your presentation.
Am I audible? Is my voice clear?
Yes. Rhea,
Is my screen visible?
it's sharing now.
Okay.
I still can't see your presentation on the screen. Maybe your internet has an issue. Sorry, your internet has an issue. I don't know what's the issue. Maybe internet or maybe your system.
I think my network is a bit.
Please change the location or change the Wi-Fi or just fix it, please. It's still an issue.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
No, I can't see it. Yeah, it's good now. It's visible.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, please.
Good morning to all. Myself, Riya Nasreen, and glad to be part of ICEBTS 2026. And I will be presenting my topic, which is automated mental health monitoring using conversational AI and large language model for workplace well-being and analytics. So I'll give a brief introduction to myself. I'm a final year master's student in data science, and I'm studying in SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Also, I have 4 years experience in the professional field and in mainframe operations. So going back to the topic, so this project develops a conversational AI system that proactively screens employee mental health through AI-driven voice conversation and NLP-based analysis. So we are planning to create a model which use AI-driven voice conversation to analyze an working employee's mental health state. So the problem statement for this topic is that lack of proactive workplace mental health monitoring, low participation in traditional surveys, needs scalable automated screening, and possible bias towards the respondent, especially for surveys. So myself being from a working environment, I do understand the need of such model. So, especially working in stressful environment, we need our mental health to be monitored, and it could also help in our organization to understand where they are lacking and where they could improve. So the objectives are, as I mentioned earlier, automate employee well-being monitoring and use conversational AI instead of static forms and generate organizational mental health insights. So the methodology used here is using an agentic AI to communicate with the subjects and record the conversation, which would be transcribed and would be analyzed using LLM models such as BERT to perform sentiment analysis on data to provide the final output showing mental health score of the employees. So we are trying to use models such as BERT, which is a bi-directional encoder, and it would analyze more based on the context than the words, so the accuracy level could be much higher. Yes, this is the system architecture. So here an employee will be registered to this system, and a retail AI voice agent will generate a call, and from the call, the voice recording will be transcribed, and it will be sent to the backend where a Python Flask has been used, and a LangChain model will be used to perform the analysis, and from the database, the final dashboard will be created. So for the workflow to operate, we are using an N8N workflow automation, which eases the complexity of the running of the workflow. So yeah, this is the operational workflow. So the employee will be added to the system, and the N8N workflow will be triggered, where the AI call will be generated, and the conversation will be recorded, and a transcript being generated, to which sentiment analysis will be done, and the final report will be sent to the employee. So this is the interface. So here you can see this is the creation interface where a different organization can sign up, and this is the employee registration interface where each employees will be added to, and a profile will be created for each of them. And this is the risk score dashboard. Here, this is exclusively visible for the employees alone. And here we can see the history of the calls which an employee has made. And when you click here, we will be able to see the summarized version of the report, what after a particular call, what the analysis has found, and their where they are in their mental state, and all other findings will be given there, which will be confidential and only for the employees. And we can see the growth in their mental health state. So yeah, this is the dashboard the employee will be seeing. So after the implementation, we can see the challenges faced, which is speech recognition variability. This happens when the difference in tone and pattern of speech, when that leads to faulty speech recognition, which could in turn would give out a conflicting output. Then conversation pauses. It could be interpreted as conclusion of a set topic by the AI calling agent, which could lead to incomplete conversations and dissatisfied end user. And multilingual model, as this is not a multilingual model, it could only converse in English. So some users might find it more comfortable if they are using their native language to convey their emotions. So future enhancement, we could add voice emotion detection. As of now, it is more of a text-based analysis. Even though conversation is taking place, we are transcribing that and performing sentiment analysis. So as a future enhancement, we are planning to make it voice emotion detection, and longitudinal tracking could be included, and HR system integration should also be included for the betterment of an organization. So in conclusion, this conversational AI enables scalable monitoring, and a pilot session was done and it was validated feasibly, and the system is almost ready for organizational deployment. And with this, I conclude my topic.
Thank you, Ria, for sharing your research findings, and we will have Q&A session at the end. Other participants can come to discuss about this presentation, these research findings. So let me proceed to the next presenter. In who's the next? Let me check. The next is 660, an integrated time to model for cloud ERP implementation, to be presented by Ahmed Abdullah Hagar. Are you available? No, it's absent. Okay, so let me check the next one. 6 is development and validation of questionnaire for cloud ERP implementation. Again, Ahmed Abdullah Hagar. So I think, yes, this presenter already sent a pre-recorded presentation, uploaded to the YouTube channel. Yeah. So the last one, 695, is classifying genetic risk profiles for iron deficiency in South Asian population, to be presented by Margaret Grace Talk. Are you available?
Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, for a while. I will share my screen.
Yes, 695.
Hello, is my screen visible already?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So, good day, everyone. My name is Margaret Grace Doc, and today I'll be presenting our thesis titled Classifying Genetic Risk Profiles for Iron Deficiency Anemia in South Asian Populations Using Simulated Polygenic Risk Scores and Support Vector Machines. So, I'm a fourth-year computer science student at the University of San Carlos in Cebu, Philippines. This research is a collaborative work conducted with my partner under the guidance of our advisor, Engineer Christian Maderazo. So in summary, our study focuses on three main points. First, the problem. Most polygenic risk score, or PRS, frameworks are developed using European genetic data, which often perform poorly when applied to South Asian populations. Second, our approach. So we use genotype data from South Asian individuals, computed the PRS to summarize the genetic risk score, and then simulated the disease labels because no real clinical labels were available. And we have compared this support vector machines as SVM classifiers. And then the third one is the key finding, in which we will tackle more later. So imagine a condition that affects nearly 30% of women of reproductive age worldwide, causing fatigue, weakness, reduced productivity, and serious complications during pregnancy. This condition is known as iron deficiency anemia, or IDA. The impact is even greater in South Asia, where an estimated 244 million women are affected by anemia. Despite its widespread prevalence, the genetic contributors to IDA remain largely understudied in South Asian populations. So this raised an important question for us. Beyond diet and environmental factors, can genetic information help identify individuals who may be more susceptible to iron deficiency anemia? Because most genetic prediction tools, including the PRS, were originally developed using European datasets, which limits their effectiveness across different ancestries. So this study aims to help address that gap. The central challenge of this study is, how can we build a genetic risk classifier for IDA in South Asian populations when no real clinical phenotype data is publicly available? So we identified our four major gaps. So most genome-wide association studies, or GWAS, on iron-related traits were conducted using European cohorts. Although the 1000 Genome Project provides publicly available South Asian genotype data, it does not include clinical IDA labels. So, existing PRS tools generally show lower predictive accuracy in non-European populations. And there is currently no validated machine learning pipeline designed specifically for this use case. So overall, our study serves as a feasibility demonstration for addressing these limitations. So our methodology followed 5 main steps. This is our conceptual framework, which is essentially the roadmap of our entire study. So first, we have gathered GWAS summary statistics from the UK Biobank South Asian subset, along with genotype data from the 1000 Genomes Project involving 489 individuals across 5 South Asian subpopulations. Second, we cleaned and filtered the genetic data to remove unreliable and ambiguous variants using the standard bioinformatics quality control procedures that you can see right here. And then third, we computed polygenic risk scores using PR size 2, allowing us to combine the small effects of many genetic variants into a single risk score. And then fourth, since no real phenotype labels were available, we simulated a case control labels using a liability threshold model via the Bernoulli sampling. Then finally, we trained and compared 2 SVM-based classification approaches. The first used a single aggregated PRS value for each individual to test whether one summarized score could effectively capture genetic risk. And then the second one used a subset of top-ranked SNPs selected through p-value thresholding to determine whether using more granular genetic features could improve prediction performance. So, and then our model was evaluated through the test set and then cross-evaluation. And then our output is basically a risk classification that gives us a high or low risk of IDA. So here are the results of the study. On the right, we see here the confusion matrix of our 2 SVM. So first one is our PRS-based model. So 57 controls were actually correctly identified as low risk. Then 8 cases were correctly identified as high risk. 3 cases were missed, and then 30 controls were incorrectly flagged as high risk. So for a screening context, missing only like 3 cases is actually a good outcome. The 30 false positives are the trade-off. The model casts a wide net to avoid the missing cases. And then for our SNP-based model, every single one of the 489 individuals was presented as low risk. The model completely defaulted to the majority class because 697 SNPs features did not carry enough discriminative signal to push any prediction above the 0.5 decision threshold. So for their overall performance, in configuration 1, the PRS-based SVM, it actually achieved a AUC ROC score of 70.1%, which actually exceeded our target performance threshold of 60%. It also achieved a recall of 72.7%, meaning it successfully identified nearly 3 out of 4 simulated high-risk individuals. And then precision, however, remained low at 21.1, which was expected due to the strong class imbalance in our dataset. So in contrast here, we can see that in configuration 2, it performed a near randomly with an AUC ROC of 50.9%. So it classified nearly all individuals as low risk and failed to meaningfully distinguish cases from controls. So the performance gap of these two is actually 19.2% between the two configurations. So it demonstrates the importance of PRS aggregation in making classification is feasible. So for our discussion, these findings suggest that Iron metabolism is highly polygenic, meaning the genetic signals is distributed across many variants rather than concentrated in only a few. As a result, attempting to classify risk using only a small subset of top-ranked SNPs was not sufficient. So in simpler terms, combining many small genetic signals into a single PRS worked far better than analyzing only a few individuals' variants. So this highlights PRS aggregation as the key compression step that makes classification tractable. We also acknowledge an important limitation. So in configuration 1, the simulated labels were generated from the same PRS values, which is later used for classification. So this actually introduced circularity. However, the failure of configuration 2 under controlled validation conditions still supports the importance of aggregation itself. So more broadly, this study contributes to ongoing efforts toward more equitable genomics by exploring methods better suited for underrepresented populations. So in conclusion, our study demonstrated that a simulation-based PRS SVM pipeline is feasible for genetic risk classification of iron deficiency anemia in South Asian populations. Our findings suggest that PRS aggregation is not merely helpful, but necessary when modeling highly polygenic traits using limited databases. Although our results are based on simulated phenotypes and therefore carry inherent limitations, this study established a reproducible framework that future researchers may extend using real clinical data. So future work focus on larger South Asian specific GWAS datasets, expanded cohorts, and maybe the integration of environmental and lifestyle risk factors. So basically, ultimately, we hope that this research contributes towards more equitable precision medicine. So, before that, we would like to sincerely thank our faculty advisor, Engineer Christian Madurazo, for his guidance throughout this research. We also extend our gratitude to University of San Carlos and to the data sets that were publicly acclaimed, and to the open source bioinformatics community whose tools made this work possible. So thank you for listening, and that's all of my presentation.
Thank you for sharing your research findings. We will discuss it in Q&A later. And now we have the last one. Evan Duran, can you come to present your paper?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. Uh, can you screen my screen, sir? Not yet.
Yes, no, not yet.
Okay. How about now, sir? Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah, it is, but there is no PPT. Yeah, please just make it bigger, larger, put it into the slideshow mode. Yeah.
How about now, sir? How about now,
Yeah,
sir?
good. Yeah, please just, yeah, continue. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so good morning, everyone. So this is my study, Structural Equation Modeling Analysis of the AIDA framework. So AIDA stands for Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action, evaluating the perceived effectiveness of email marketing among Ilonggo millennials. So this is me. I am Ivan Arduran, faculty member of Business Administration Program of the College of Business under University of San Agustin, Iloilo City, Philippines. So this is my first international conference presentation. So thank you so much for this opportunity to present. Okay, so as to my study, so my study is about email marketing. So email marketing is a powerful digital connection. So email marketing is one of the most cost-effective and direct way for business to communicate, engage, and build lasting relationship with their customers. So why email marketing matters? Because email is cost-effective. So it can be targeted. You can reach the right audience with personalized message. You can measure the effects of email marketing, and of course the email marketing is relevant, especially in the field of business. So the problem exists because despite the wide use of email marketing, we all know that even every one of us has email. Almost all the people has email, right? So despite the wide use of email marketing, many businesses still struggle to convert this into loyal customers. So they have low open rates, low click rates, and poor retention, and of course the low conversion rates. So the study specifically want to assess the effect of open rate or the attention on interest, then try to determine if the interest affect the click to rate, which will lead to examine the effect of retention rate to conversion rate, and to evaluate the overall structural modeling of email marketing effectiveness among Ilonggo millennials. So hypothesis testing will be attention has significant positive effect on interest. Interest has a significant positive effect on retention, and retention has a significant positive effect on conversion. So as to the methodology, the research design, we use quantitative cross-sectional study in this one. So data were collected at one point in time using a structured questionnaire. So respondents is 385 millennials, these are age 18 to 40 years old who have experience receiving email marketing messages. So the instrument is composed of 20 items measured using a 5-point Likert scale. Strongly disagree to strongly agree. So 5 in each items: attention, interest, retention, and action. And we conducted the reliability testing for the questionnaire. So we were able to have a result of 0.965 Cronbach alpha, indicating that indeed the study is excellent in reliability. So the data analysis was used. We used here structural equation modeling, or the SEM, was used to examine the relationship of this construct of AIDA. So attention, interest, desire is for attention, and action. So as the profile of the respondents, we found majority of our respondents is 25 to 28 years old, with male dominant respondent, college undergraduate, and they are employed in full-time status with a monthly income of 10 to 20,000, which are somehow located here in the city. Most of our respondents is residing in the city. Okay, so this is the result of the modeling, the structural equation modeling. So model fit in the model fit is CFI 0.977, TLI 0.974, RMSEA 0.062, SRMR 0.73. So this indicates that indeed the AIDA model is fit for assessing the level of effectiveness of email marketing. So the highest beta here is this one, 0.14. So this shows that open rate or attention directly or significantly affects the interest. So when customer, or when someone op- uh, when your email triggers their attention, eventually they will click those email. So the relationship is strong. The weakest here is this one. Even though they subscribe on your email marketing, but this will not lead to actions or conversion or buying the product. So all hypothesized path are positive, with oral positive and statistically significant, supporting the sequential influence of AIDA construct in email marketing. So there are three findings, strong findings found in this study. So the first one, I call it the engagement nexus, in which attention is the strongest drivers to customer interest. So respondents open email when subject lines, relevance, and design captures their attention. So the implication here is attention is the gateway to engagement. Without opening the email, all subsequent marketing efforts cannot take place. So the recommendations here are try to invest in compelling personalized subject lines, ensure the content relevance and timeliness, use attractive mobile-friendly email designs, and try to segment audience for more targeted messaging. So the second findings is the sustained desire and personalization effect. with a beta of 0.971. So the key findings here is interest or the click-through rate significantly build retention. So respondents remain engaged when emails consistently deliver useful, relevant, and personalized content. So strategic implications is that engagement is strengthened when customers receive value-driven and personalized communication. So recommendations is try to implement behavioral and preference-based segment, deliver personalized and relevant content, maintain consistent communication, and focus on relationship building, not just promotion. So all these recommendations is supported by the strongest measure of loading. And the last, this one is the bottleneck, the behavioral bottleneck. So as you can see, retention significantly influence action. So there's a positive relationship, but the effect size is weakest among the model. So conversion remains the most challenging stage of this AIDA process. So significant strategic implication is that high engagement does not automatically lead to conversion. So additional strategies are required to overcome the behavioral bottleneck. So this is the bottleneck. Our recommendation is to try to strengthen calls to action and urgent queues, and try to offer executive incentives and time-bound offers, simplify purchase inquiry process, and optimize landing pages, and try to reduce the friction. So these are the three key findings in our study. So from these findings, we try to conclude that as to theoretical contribution, this validates the AIDA framework using the SEM modeling, and it tried to extend digital marketing literature within the Philippine context. Practical contribution, organization should manage email marketing as a customer journey, and we try to focus on interconnected stages rather than isolated performance metrics. So main conclusion is that the findings provide empirical support of the AIDA framework among Ilonggo millennials, demonstrating that indeed email marketing is still effective following a sequential process, gathering their attention that will lead to their interest, and the interest, we try to retain their interest in a retention rate, and try to convert those into action or the conversion rate. Okay, so and final takeaway of this study is effective email marketing is not merely about generating opens and clicks. It is about guiding customers through a progressive journey: attention, engagement, retention, and conversion. So that's all for me, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your research finding. And I think this was the last participant. And now we are coming toward the Q&A session. Let me check. Let's see. Okay, so after all the presentations, we will come to the Q&A one by one. And the first presenter was the paper title, Understanding Member Satisfaction of the Circle Dimension, is yes, Win 9. Yes, so other participant, do you have any questions or suggestion about this presentation? 665. Please come forward if you want to discuss something. Yeah. Any question? I have one question, one or maybe two. Did you consider something about ethical approvals when you were conducting this research, or before conducting the research, or collecting the data and informed consent, etc.?
Yes, it is starting this member this question competition, and as I you might have explained,
It's, we can't hear you clearly. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe your mic has an issue. So noisy in the background. You're muted. When 9.
I can be writing a message.
It's so noisy, in your background. Anyway, we will come back to you. We will go to the next presenter. And the next presenter is comparative analysis. Sharifa Helmi 677. Yes, it's about a comparative study on the effectiveness of income protection measure on Malaysia economic growth. Other participants, if you have comments or questions for this participant, please come forward to ask if you have any question.
Any question?
I really apologize. I'm very sorry. Here we have a technical issue. Yeah, now it's okay. Sorry. Just wait a minute, please. I'm fixing the issue. Sorry. Yeah, let me check the issue. Just a moment, please. protect. X77. Yeah. 77. Okay. Anyone this participant? You wanna come forward to the Q&A? You wanna say something? If no, I have one or maybe two questions which I noted during the presentation.
Okay.
Thank you. And that's the question which I have my own curiosity about your this presentation or paper. That how can you see how can the governments like maybe Malaysian governments or other ASEAN government can balance the emergency support with long-term fiscal sustainability? How can you see this point through your research?
For a long term, okay, because our research concluded that the protection measures was only for it is suitable for a short term, right? Okay, for the long term, okay, through the fiscal policy, okay, government can do a long term investment. Okay, so there are other ways that government can help to boost the economic through by increasing the government expenditure so that the national income could be increased. This will help when national income increase, okay, output will also increase. Okay, so this will give more job opportunities to the citizen and okay, can create more job creation, okay, more job opportunities. And when output increase, okay, unemployment will be reduced. This will help to boost the economy in the future. Okay, so government
Any
itself
such
must increase its
example?
expenditure.
Any such example in ASEAN?
In Asian, okay, in Malaysia, okay, Malaysia itself, okay, our government increased this expenditure. Okay, there are many things that our government did, okay, to boost the economy. For example, government help, okay, to promote the Malaysian product so that it will increase the consumption and spending. Okay, government also give, okay, more help assistance, okay. For example, we have okay, bantuan that is national caring assistance, okay, or BPN, bantuan prihatin nasional or national caring assistance to citizen. Okay, we have also Budi Madani now, okay, so that this one can increase the government spending. To increase the government spending, because G is one of the variables, okay, of the aggregate expenditure.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Thank you for your feedback. And yes, we are coming toward the next presenter. It's Xian Bing, and the paper title is Continuity of Online Health Communities 694. Continuity of online health communities. Let me check this. Yeah, it's here. It's 94. 94 Yan Bing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was really good. You have very good research sharing, finding sharing. So anyone wanna comment or having any comments or questions for this presentation? Online health communities. Okay, I was just observing your presentation. I didn't read your full paper, but I have just one question that
Okay.
you
Yeah.
may shed light on. What roles should health professionals and platform designers or managers or regulators can play in sustaining the online health communities? That's very important, as you indicated in your research.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of your questions. There's internet issues. Can you repeat your
I
questions?
mean, you say the online health communities are very much important. So,
Yeah.
what roles should the health professional, the platform managers, regulators, and designers play to sustain these online health communities?
Oh, okay, okay. I know. Okay. Just I showed in the slides. Because I'm from the service ecosystem. So for the community manager, for example, they can improve the healthcare community, more transparency, more easy to go, so the users can feel satisfied, feel oh, it's easy to improve, to master, to use the community. And for the doctors, they can gain, for example, more efficiency, more effective, and they can improve their higher service quality and their job satisfaction from the internet. And also for the government, maybe because the government is also one of the ecosystem. So the government can, reduce the cost of livings on costs on the health sector. Um, the health, the government can reduce the costs on the healthcare section. So I think as a manager of the community, they can from the transparency, for example, and other aspects to maintain the continuity. Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay.
I hope you can understand.
Yeah, okay, good. That's good. You know much about this topic. And one thing more, if you, I think you might also read this issue. What do you think about the privacy as a challenge, hindering the sustainability of these online health communities?
Yes, the privacy,
The
of course, is
privacy.
very, yeah, the privacy, of course, it's an important part because when I search online for some help, I'm worried about my data can be misused in other aspects. So, privacy is, of course, is important for both stakeholders. Um, I will say, uh, we can use some rules, some laws to guide or regulate the privacy. Uh, for example, you can give some directions, give some instructions about how to use the privacy legally. Yeah, so I think the privacy is important. Uh,
Good. So you have a touch on the privacy issues in your research, right?
yeah, I'm sorry, I
Okay,
didn't
that's
hear
good.
again. Sorry for the internet issues.
I mean, you touch this aspect in your research, the
Yeah,
privacy issues.
yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because maybe some reviewers will have this question in mind when
Yeah.
reviewing your paper.
I understand.
Yeah, so you need to pay attention to these things. Okay, so we
Yeah.
are moving to the next one, and that's 653, Ria Nazreen. 653, let me check. risk for iron deficiencies, automated mental health, large language conversation. Let me check here. And it's the paper ID is 3653. Okay, 653. Rhea Nazreen, are you available?
Yes.
Okay, good. Anyone has any question or comments for Rhea Nazreen presentation?
Hello, I have a question.
Good.
So, I'm actually curious about the model performance of the model that you make, like the accuracy, the presentation, and all that. Compare across the different LLMs when classifying the mental health risk levels. I remember that you mentioned that you used BERT for the LLMs, so I'm curious as well if you used other LLMs aside from the BERT, because BERT is the only one that I remember.
I've only mentioned BERT as that is the main component you're using here, because I think instead of just focusing on the words alone, it helps more on the concept uh, about what these employees will be talking about. So regarding that, I think this is the perfect model for that.
Okay, good. Any other question?
I have one question. Your system is using voice recognition. Okay, what if when the employee is sick, for example, like sore throat, and the voice turned out to be like someone different? Okay, how can the employer recognize? What can the employer do? Okay, in the case that the voice detected it is like someone else, not the employee himself.
Yes, actually, that is a drawback we have in our model because voice recognition is not yet fully implemented. So what my excuse me, what my model is doing is that it will record the conversation and it will transcribe. So mostly text analysis is taking place here. So voice recognition per se is not really happening. So that is a drawback. We are actually working on it to improve that area.
Okay, good. Renasreen, I think your study is very important and very innovative. And I just want to ask because recently I'm also working with some other partners to develop such kind of system that's not related to health or any other things. We are developing another AI system. Can you please tell us about the cost effectiveness, like how much cost it usually need to develop such a system?
Cost-wise, not a lot, as especially what I have done is more like a project base. So we did not use a lot of data set for that. So if we are going for a bigger scale for a complete, let's say for an MNC and all, if you're going to implement such a system, definitely it might be a little more than what we have worked on. So I can't really explicitly say how much exactly it would be. But for what I have done, it was not a lot. It was feasible. Um, but then again, the system itself, the model we have used and everything, it is pretty much feasible in a way. So it won't be very expensive and extravagant. But yeah, so what I did is a small scale one. So if it's going to be a little more bigger, so there will be an extra cost for that. That's my
Okay, good.
understanding.
So this model is just a simulation, or is already in practice active?
I would say it's more like a simulation. We did have a test pilot with the one small scale company, and that's where I got that dashboard I have shown from one of the employees from there. So yeah, it's not a fully fledged model yet. So it's more like, I would say it's more like a simulation.
Okay, good. And nowadays this AI and all these things are, on the peak. Everyone wanna have this kind of system in their website and company and every other places. Very important, in the future we will see a lot of many other modifications and other things. What do you think about ethics in this kind of system? Ethics.
That is a very important part because especially this is related to it's very personal and private, and that's why even though it is an organizational level system, the final report will only be visible to the employees alone. No managers or HR will ever come to see like how much they scored or how much or whatever summary that has been provided. So we are like very careful and with that part. So yes, it is their health, it is their mental health, and it should be protected no matter what. So yeah, that's how working on this.
Okay, good. Because they for every AI model, every AI system, we need to have ethical code, a code book that
Yes.
who is who and how someone privacy and data should be protected and what other human related important sensitive matters will be handled. So these things are very much important in every AI system. Yeah. So if you want to publish your work, you need to pay attention to these things, maybe asked by the reviewers or the journal. These are very important things. Okay, good. So we are moving to the last one. Not the last one. The second last is 695. And it's Margaret Grace Talk, and the paper title is Classifying Genetic Risk Profiles. 6595. Let's see, 9. Any question for this presentation? Classifying genetic risk profile for iron deficiency anemia in South Asian population. Any question for this research work? Is very much important research on South Asian communities, population regarding iron deficiency. It's a health issue in this region. Anyway, it's very much important in your research work, and you mentioned that there were no real clinical data in your research work, but as I see, I can have one question in mind that how can such kind of computational framework be improved when we have basically real clinical data become available to you? What can you say about the improvements?
Given that we will be given real phenotype data, like the clinical ones, especially if there are
Yes.
yes, so in this way, it will actually improve our model since what we used is simulation only. So there's still limitations regarding that. But now, since we have real phenotype data, we can now focus especially on the first configuration, which is PRS based. That one, since a limit about that configuration is that there's circularity within that, since we use the same data for the PRS computation and then the same data for the simulation. So given that we will be given the phenotype, we don't need the simulation part. So now we will be given a more definite data set and PRS score for having the real phenotype data. Basically, a much better and more
Okay, good,
improved model.
good. So you have developed a manuscript for this
Yeah.
research?
You mean the
You
code or
already
like
developed.
model?
You already
Sorry.
developed a full
Yeah.
manuscript paper.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so I'm coming toward the next and the last one. That's 071, uh, even Duran 071, 071. Anyone question, comments for this presentation? A structural equation modeling is for idea framework evaluating the perceived effectiveness of email marketing among Hong Kong millennials. Okay. Okay, so I have some question as I read your presentation. I didn't see that you mention or explain how did you identify the participants and approach them and ask them for participating in this research.
Okay, so the sampling design used was it's a purposive sampling. So the
What
purpose
something? Which one? Which one? Purposive?
purposive, yeah, non-parametric sampling technique. Purposive. So we specifically choose millennials who are engaged or who are exposed in email marketing so that they can answer. So not all millennials or random millennials who will answer, but millennials who are aware or somehow exposed to email marketings.
What was the sample size?
385,
300
85,
and
84, 384.
85.
Yeah.
84. So, do you think that such amount of participant can be purposefully selected, and is it a good way of sampling for quantitative research?
Yeah. Somehow that's the limitation of the study. So we try to at least look for more, but that's the amount we only got after gathering the data. But as to sampling design, it should be better to be other sampling techniques, but to our limitations, that's the only way to
No, this is not a limitation. This is a problem in your research, and maybe if you submit your paper to any peer review journal, they will ask you this question.
okay.
So you need to pay attention to this, and if you can do something to having the correction. But this question they will ask, and you also mentioned that most of your participants were male. Why male dominant?
The results shows that most of the respondents are male. It-
Why? Why? Why?
Uh, Possibly because of the purposive sampling, as you have said, the problem of the study. We communicate through
But
chats
yes, so
and
purposive sampling mean purposive, you will go to target the
target.
people like equally. You can go to obtain the data from male and female as well. Why you targeted only male?
Uh, no, we target also female, but mostly male. The result shows mostly male because we try to have as many respondents as possible, but the results went back to us is shows male dominant respondents. So
Yeah,
we
you
got
need to
yeah, sorry.
fix these questions. These are very technical questions in your methodology. And also, I think this study, you also didn't provide a full explanation, a very reasonable explanation. What's new in this study? I don't know what's new in this study because this is a marketing study and related to email marketing, and there are plenty of other research published on this topic. So you need to provide a reasonable uh, problem statement. What's new in this study? Why the journals should publish your paper on this topic?
So I think the new one here, but it's more on confirmatory study. As you have said, there's a lot of email marketing just to confirm in our area, which are Iloilo. So the people here are called Ilonggos. So just to confirm if indeed the email marketing in this area is still effective, since all of us here has email. So why not use this technique to maximize the strategy for your business? Because email is free, right? It's free, so you can act. It's cost effective. It's fast. So yeah, that's more on confirmatory study, and study shows that there's a bottleneck. Maybe that's the uniqueness of the study, that there's a bottleneck on the results. That even though they click the email, but this will not convert to actions, or they will not buy the product even if they open the email. So that's the problem that the study highlights, or the result highlights. That indeed effective, but
That's
not
very good.
to the point that
So you need to provide this reasonable explanation in your manuscript to the reviewer. Okay,
yes. Okay, thank you
good.
so much for that.
Okay. Okay, so that's all the questions regarding the Q&A session. And now I'm available for other questions as well, for papers, conference related questions, journal question, or other question if you have.
Okay, so how are we going to publish our study in case we have plan in the future?
Yeah, so later in the chat box, I am sharing our publication team WhatsApp number. You need to, I think most of you are using WhatsApp, so you can add that WhatsApp number, and if you seriously need a publication help, our team will be available 24/7 and will guide you where you want to publish. We have plenty of options, Scopus, Web of Science, other peer-reviewed journals, Dowd, Google Scholar, and many other journals. So if you wanna publish your paper, our team will help you in term of publication. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sharing the contact later in the chat box. You must add that number. That aid number is not only important for publication. We may have other opportunities for you as well, such as you may join our editorial board in future in our associated international journals. You can apply for the scholarships. You can apply for the grants we have in our partner organization already also provide such grants. We share this information on our website. We have many other research projects, many other academic events. So this that number, if you add that and that, our their team will add you to the WhatsApp group, and you will see all this information in the WhatsApp group as well. Yeah. Any other question you want to ask? Okay, so if you have no
Sorry, I have one
question,
question. I have one question. I have registered for another conference under IIAR for a conference in Putrajaya in July. Will it be a physical conference or same like this also online?
it depends. If we have more participants for in person, like for example, 5 to 6 participants, they want to join in person, of course, we will have in-person conference. But if there are less number, like 2, 3%, then we will make it online, not in person.
Okay, thank you.
We will inform you in advance, like 10 to 15 days in advance earlier, whether
thank
it is
you.
in person or it is online.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, any other question?
Yes, here is a question. How long
Yes,
will we receive the certificate? And will the certificate
today.
today? Okay, good.
You will receive it through your email, the certificate, plus the proceeding book.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. In the proceeding, you will see your abstract, your name. If you have any problem, you see any problem in your name spelling or your affiliation information, you can reply to our email that this is the issue you need to correct, and we will correct it. Okay. Okay, good. So I hope that today you enjoyed this session. It was really a great experience with all of you from my side. Thank you once again for participating in this conference. And as I observed all the presentations, the research ideas, you had put your efforts for the best in most of the papers uh, were good, were supported by good methodologies, methods, theoretical frameworks, and achievable objectives. But as I already asked questions and commented on some papers, any manuscript that is the first drop need improvements. You need to show that manuscript to your peers, other scholars, before submitting it to the journal. Never submit it just blindly without any prior review. That's very important. A prior review is very important, whether you show it your colleague or other person, or you send it us, our team will review it, will tell you what are some of the basic deficiencies, problem in your manuscript, and then you can correct it, and then our team will submit it, or our team will help you in editing as well. So you need to do corrections in the first draft of any manuscript. That's very important. That's what we saw in your papers. So you need to pay attention to these things. And now I'm coming to Word to share you. Let me check some important information.
One question. Sorry. In case we avail the
Yes.
service for publication, is it the payment is for the service only, right? Not the publication itself?
Yes, that's only for the service publication. You know that most of our journals are open open access, so every open access journal has its own APC. You need to pay that APC as well. But the APC will not be that much higher. We will choose the the journal within your budget of science or Scopus. If you want to go for just a peer-reviewed international journal, you don't need that much cost. Yeah, Google Scholar and other peer-reviewed journals are not that much expensive. Don't worry about that. Okay. Okay, just let me check. I need to send you some important information in the chat box. So that's mm, sharing the YouTube channel. First, I will share our contact email. Contact email. Here is our contact email. You can see it in the chat box. I am sending to everyone. Okay. So you will receive the certificates and the proceeding from this email. Or if you've received it from another email, you can still use this email for future correspondence and for future queries and questions. Beside this, here is one important number. This is basically our Malaysia representative number, but you can add this number. Is WhatsApp. That's very important. And this contact will further aid you to the WhatsApp group. But when you add the number, you need to mention today conference and your name. And then after that, you will be added to the WhatsApp number. So this is the WhatsApp number, very important number you need to add. Okay. And one important thing is our YouTube channel. Yes, here is the channel link. You need to go there. You will see the today live session on this channel and other pre-recorded video uploaded here. So this is the channel. You can like and subscribe it for receiving future information as well. So this is the channel, YouTube channel, and that's the number which I sent you, the WhatsApp number, and that's the email, contact email, which I sent you. And later you will receive your certificates and the proceeding as well. So that's all from my side. Still, if you have any question, you can ask me. But before that, I just have one more request. If you can open your cameras and I can take a group photo with your smiley faces, if you don't mind it. Thank you. Yeah, one more. Rhea Nesrin, do you want to participate in this group photo? Okay, so I will take a group photo. Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So that's all from my side. If still you have some questions, I'm here. Okay, so see you again. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Congrats everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye. Thank you.
Bye.